Millions of citizens around the world manifest to honor the memory of the Hezbollah leader and to reject the crimes perpetrated by Israel. In the last few hours, citizens in the United States, Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua, and other countries have paid different tributes to the leader of the Lebanese Islamic Resistance, Hasan Nasrallah, assassinated by Israel this Friday. On the other side of the globe, Yemen, Iran, Palestine, Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Pakistan, and Turkey have organized massive demonstrations and religious ceremonies in honor of the Lebanese martyr. Cities in India, Indonesia, and Australia have also joined in Asia and Oceania in rejection of the violence of the Israeli occupier and the complicity of the United States. And in Lebanon, the Emergency Operations Center of the Ministry of Public Health has increased in its latest update the number of fatalities caused by the Israeli bombing of Beirut to 33. According to the update, there are also 195 people wounded, in both cases mostly civilians, mainly women and children. Israel dropped more than 800 bombs on a densely populated area of Beirut, some of them weighing 1 ton. Meanwhile, Syria has sent tons of medical supplies and is opening its doors and setting up hospitals to receive Lebanese fleeing the fierce attacks. And the Lebanese Resistance Movement, Hezbollah, issued a statement regarding the assassination of its Secretary General Hasan Nasrallah at the hands of the Israeli occupation forces. The communique stated, His Eminence Sayed Hasan Nasrallah, Secretary General of Hezbollah, joined his great and immortal martyrs whose journey he led for almost 30 years, during which he led them from victory to victory, succeeding the master of the martyrs of the Islamic Resistance in 1992 to the liberation of Lebanon in 2000 and to the divine and sustaining victory in 2006 and other battles of honor and redemption, and to the battle of support and heroism in support of Palestine, Gaza, and the oppressed Palestinian people. The document further stated Hezbollah's leadership pledges to the highest, holiest, and most precious martyrs of our journey, full of sacrifices and martyrs, to continue his jihad to confront the enemy in support of Gaza and Palestine and in defense of Lebanon and its steadfast and honorable people. Finally, the text noted, Our leader, His Eminence, the Master, is still among us with his thoughts, spirit, line, and sacred approach, and you are in a covenant of loyalty and commitment to resistance and sacrifice until victory. Spokesman Abu Ubaidah of the Al-Qassam Brigade expressed his solidarity and condolences to the family and friends of the Lebanese resistance leader. Abu Ubaidah expressed, We mourn with all meaning of patience and consideration for His Eminence, Commander Hasan Nasrallah and his brothers, and we remember his journey full of sacrifices for the sake of liberation of Jerusalem and the blessed Al-Aqsa Mosque, and the honorable stances of supporting our Palestinian people, our brave resistance, and our legitimate rights, and its insistence on continuing the heroic front of supporting our people and our resistance in the epic of Al-Aqsa Deluge. And in Sidon, Syria, Lebanon, activists from the Popular Democratic Party held a protest vigil to denounce the assassination of Hezbollah leader Hasan Nasrallah during an Israeli airstrike on September 28th. Protesters displayed portraits of Nasrallah, expressing grief and outrage over his death, which also resulted in civilian casualties. Hezbollah has vowed to retaliate, raising fears of escalating violence in the region. The assassination has drawn widespread condemnation, with Iran calling it a blatant war crime and warning of serious repercussions for Israel. As tensions rise, many are left questioning Hezbollah's next moves and the potential for renewed conflict in the Middle East.
We organized quickly this protest in order to show our fidelity to the symbol of the resistance and its leader, the martyr. It is a protest to show fidelity and loyalty, to thank the resistance for what it offered.
This is a symbolic gathering for the leader of the resistance and the martyrs. We will try to keep walking on his path so the resistance will win.
In Ramallah, Palestinians gathered to protest the killing of Hezbollah leader Hasan Nasrallah.
We stand in solidarity with the Lebanese people after the assassination of Hasan Nasrallah. We are very sad today. The news was heartbreaking for us after it was confirmed today. Hasan Nasrallah was supporting the Palestinian people. and the resistance in Gaza. He was defending Palestine. He's the only one who kept defending the Palestinian people and Gaza until the last minute. He deserves our tears.
And in Lebanon, hundreds of displaced families slept in public spaces in Beirut as smoke continued to billow Saturday from southern suburbs due to Israeli bombing.
The area has been ravaged by intense airstrikes in the last week and has killed more than 700 Lebanese and more recently, Hezbollah Secretary General Hasan Nasrallah. Entire families who had to evacuate their homes in the middle of the night slept rough in the streets of Beirut, which woke up stunned Saturday after a night of relentless Israeli bombardment in the southern suburbs. Many families took refuge in public squares and beaches or in their cars in the center of the city, which had so far been spared from the bombardment, after fruitlessly circling around the overflowing shelters set up in schools. On the roads leading to the mountains overlooking the capital, lines of people could be seen early in the morning undertaking the exodus on foot, with babies in their arms and what belongings they could carry. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs has stated that the escalation of violence that began earlier this week has more than doubled the number of people displaced by the conflict in Lebanon. There are now more than 211,000 displaced people, including some of the humanitarian workers who are supposed to respond to the crisis, with some 85,000 sleeping in shelters. These events take place just as the United Nations hold its 79th General Assembly session, where world leaders from 193 countries discuss major global crises and condemn the Israeli genocide against Palestine and the recent escalation in Lebanon.